The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. John Milton. Imagine opening your eyes for the first time and realizing you've never truly seen. You were born in the dark, not the kind that hides monsters, but the kind that hides truth. The cave has no walls, yet it surrounds everything you know. You can hear echoes of laughter, shadows of people, the flicker of fire on the stone. It is warm there, familiar, safe, and so you never question why you are chained. You never question who lit the fire or what lies beyond it. You only stare at the wall and call the shadows reality. We have always lived in the cave. It's no longer made of stone. It's made of screens, distractions, and the comforting glow of certainty. We've built a world where the shadows are sharper, the noise louder, and the chains invisible. The cave has evolved, and it now fits in the palm of your hand. The prisoners don't scream anymore. They scroll. They agree. They belong. And in belonging, they forget that truth has a price. Plato once wrote that if a man were freed and turned toward the fire, he would be blinded, because truth, for those who've lived in illusion, is unbearable. Imagine the pain of seeing the world as it is, not as you want it to be. To see beauty and decay in the same breath. To see that your gods are man-made and your chains self-forged. To see that the shadows you worship were always cast by men just like you, fearful, lost, pretending to know. That realization breaks something inside, and once broken, you can never return. He stumbles upward, the freed prisoner, crawling toward a light that burns his eyes and sears his mind. Every step forward feels like dying, because in a way it is the death of comfort, the death of certainty, the death of the self he thought was real. And when he finally emerges, he finds not paradise, but silence, a vast, blinding silence. The light does not comfort him. It exposes him. It strips away everything false until nothing remains but the raw, trembling truth. He was never free. He was merely unaware. Freedom, Plato said, is not the act of leaving the cave. It is the courage to face the sun. But who among us dares to look at the sun now? Who dares to question the narratives that keep us safe and entertained? We are terrified of the light, because light demands honesty, and honesty destroys illusions. So, we choose the cave again. We choose comfort. We call it happiness. We build our lives around it and mock those who try to leave. The man who walks away from the wall is no longer one of us. He is a threat, not because he lies, but because he sees. And when he returns to the cave, when he tries to tell the others what he saw, they laugh. They call him insane. They call him dangerous. The truth he carries is poison to their peace. He speaks of light, but all they know are shadows. He speaks of freedom, but all they feel is fear. And so they silence him, because truth in a world built on lies is violence. Plato's story ends there, but our world does not, because the cave still stands, and the prisoners still sit, eyes fixed, mouths open, minds asleep. The fire still burns, the shadows still dance, and every day the chains grow a little tighter. There is a cruel irony in all of this. We talk about freedom, we worship knowledge, we drown in information and call it wisdom. But knowledge without understanding is just another shadow. And freedom without truth is just another chain. The world outside the cave is not heaven. It is harsh, cold, and indifferent. But it is real, and only what is real can set you free. To live in the light is to live without guarantees. It is to see the flaws in yourself, in your beliefs, in everything you once held sacred. It is to walk alone through a landscape that no one else can understand. It is to bear the loneliness of awareness, the silent ache of clarity. You will miss the cave. You will miss its warmth. You will miss the laughter of those still chained. But if you go back, you will no longer belong there. The shadows will disgust you. The lies will echo too loudly, and you will realize you were never meant to fit. Plato knew that truth isolates, that wisdom is not a blessing but a burden. The man who sees the sun is not envied, he is exiled, because he knows something that the others cannot bear. That ignorance is not the absence of knowledge, it is the refusal of it. That most people don't want freedom, they want comfort. And comfort lives in the cave. So what are we to do? If every truth isolates and every light blinds, should we even try to see? Yes, because the alternative is to die without ever living. Because even if the truth burns, it also purifies. Even if it isolates, it liberates. You were not born to worship shadows. You were born to walk toward the light, even if it blinds you, even if it kills the self you were, so that something greater may emerge. That is the tragedy of enlightenment and the beauty of it. Because in the end, the cave was never real. Only your belief in it was. And the moment you doubt the shadow, even for an instant, a crack appears in the wall. Through that crack, the light begins to enter. And once it enters, it will never leave.